So I've just been out cycling, and this is a photo of well, a solar farm. And you know, it's big news on Anglesey but not elsewhere. But this is a problem, you know, where I grew up. Well, back in the day, this bit I'll show you here behind me now, my bald head, right, that's the rail, right? It's disused. And on these pictures that you can see where the solar farm's going to be, this is the amount of land it's going to take up. You know, there's miles of these solar farms, but there's always miles of these, well, railway track that are unused. Now, couldn't we put them to better use? Could like half of them be, you know, the solar panels and half be a cycle path? That would work for all of us. Oh, well, here are the figures. Yeah, so I went mountain biking on my own, which you should never do, but anyway, I went mountain biking on my own out in Portugal. Anyway, I met this guy and we started cycling through some forest. Anyway, he was a professor of alternative energy and he was explaining how the wind turbines were now 97% efficient. That was interesting. So I asked about solar panels. Well, I think he said they were about 30% efficient. So one of them was 30% efficient. I'll look it up. But the other interesting part I said was, what about hydrogen? I said, because it seems a lot better than, you know, other alternatives such as electric cars. And he said, well, yeah, hydrogen would be great. The problem is making hydrogen. And that is definitely 30% efficient at that time, and it produces heat. Let's say you had a nuclear power station and you had excess electric, then you could use it to, well, convert the water. Right, so this 203 acres is the top of our road, really. And it used to be the site for the oil tanks. I think there were about 20 of them. And they were built when I was at school. And they had a pipeline that went all the way to Stanlow, so I don't know, it's about 80 mile. And they built it. It took quite a while. In fact, it took longer to build it and to decommission it than they did to actually use it. A little bit like, you know, we all had halogen spotlights, now we have LED. So instead of covering the island with all these solar panels, you know, because there might be something different, you know, who knows whether we can get tidal power, because that's quite regular. There are other options that'll be out there or could get really a lot more efficient. But let's not be too hasty in bringing out today's technology, which, quite frankly, takes up too much room. You know, on here, I think 230 acres. How many nuclear power stations could we make? It's a lot. I better not tell me mum.